So the last tutorial we looked at two ways to do a shout out, one manual, either using whatever trigger you want. I'm just using exclamation mark SO and then space and then name, which you can use the at um, uh, trigger in chat to quickly auto fill the name in. Or you can do a event which will trigger when you have people come in. So I have a bunch of events set up for folks that have really been supportive of my channel. And downside to that is, as you meet more and more people that are supportive of your channel, you have to keep up on making new events, and that can be a little tricky if you get busy. Right now, I'm in my busy season, so I'm not streaming as much, but hey, it's really worth it, and it definitely does an audio trigger when you set up a video or sound for people coming in to say, "Hey, my friend's in chat, on my channel again." So yeah, you want to set something like that up. Now, if you get a raid, you can set up stream alerts. And I really you set up these event sets. I have entrances and stream alerts, so there are different events you can set up for things like gifting a sub, um, cheers, raid, and follow. So one of the big things that you really want to recognize is a raid. So how to set up a raid event? Let's take a look at it. We're going to set up or trigger on a raid. So how do you actually set up one of these things? Well, you're going to go to new event. You're going to trigger on, and this is where you can go through so many options. Channel goal progress, right? I mean, if you browse through this, you may find things that you want to set up a raid to. Charity donation, if you're running a charity event. Um, a chat message, just a simple chat message. If you're really excited about people doing chat messages, right? Donations, follows, gift subs, hype train, right? There are a lot of things you can trigger, but what we want is a raid. And this is what you'll pick when you want to set up your raid trigger. Okay, so I already have one set up, and you can name it. I'm not going to start another one because I really don't want to. So this one is set up to trigger on a raid, and I've just named it raid. And first thing it does is it plays a video. So I've got a little cheering video. It's short, it's sweet, right? But hey, it triggers me whenever I hear that sound. Like, hey, there's a raid that just came in, and makes me say, oh, hey, I gotta stop and acknowledge the raider. And thing I find I'm very bad at is stopping and giving shoutouts to people. And so I really don't want to miss a shout out to a raider that's come in. So as part of the video, as the video is playing for the 10 seconds, the next thing that happens is there is a Firebot shoutout. And the great thing is, username is the person that caused the trigger. So as soon as someone comes in with a raid, that name is saved as username, and then you can use that in all of your Twitch stuff when you are using the raid trigger. So I can now shout out the username and acknowledge them for bringing in the raid while telling everyone that it is currently in my channel that who they are and what they've been playing. So this one here I put up at the top because I have the crowd cheering towards the bottom of the screen. Have my chat bot shouts out a username with the number of raiders. raid viewer count. And you can check all the variables if you click on here. There's so many big variables here that you can play around with. And they all have just a little description of what they do. So they're usually not too hard to figure out. And yeah, let's see what else I have here. I was sure I had played. Maybe that's for my. Maybe for that's for my bits. Must be for my bits. So then it just welcome another chat to welcome in people, right? So my first chat is to acknowledge the raider and the number of people they brought in, and then the next one is invite everyone to just stay and watch the stream. And you can customize it to your channel. Again, Igloo Man and in all my games, and my channel's Mike's Igloo. So I'm saying pull up an ice block, say hello, and watch the stream. And definitely invite people to hit follow, right? We want it's always handy when you can get more and more followers. So raid comes in by John, plays a video with people cheering at the Firebot shoutout that tells everyone about John and what they're playing, and the chat invites in or thanks John for coming in and bringing his number of raiders, and invites everyone. Another chat pops up to invite everyone to stay, pull up a ice block and stay and watch the stream and follow. And that's it. You can add as many things, effects as you want. What's a new add effect look like? Anything like this. So you can do a celebration. This is what I thought was on this, but I have it on a different one, and we'll follow that one up in the next tutorial maybe. So you can do firework displays. There's the Firebot shoutout. You can do all kinds of things, and really, they've given you enough tools to make it a great addition to your Twitch channel. So that's a raid. So now we've got manual shoutout and automatic shoutout, right? When someone comes in that you want to recognize each time they come in. We have a raid to acknowledge the raiders. Next up, we'll look at probably a cheer when people give you bits. So we'll see you back in the next tutorial.